Biology Part 146. As we had been talking about human skeleton, so we gave you the details about the human skeleton structure. We talked about its development, we talked about axial skeleton, we talked about the appendicular skeleton, and we gave you different details on the scapula, we gave you the details of the bones, on the pelvis, and so on. And now we talk about the joints. Joints occur where the bones meet. Some joints hold bones tightly together and permit the little or no movement, while the others are adapted to provide free movement. Several different types of joints are distinguished according to their structures. They are fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints, and synovial joints. Let's talk about number one, fibrous joints. Bones linked by fibrous joints are held closely together by short fibers embedded in connective tissues. Examples include jigsaw-like joints called structures, which link the bones of the skull, and the joints which fix the teeth into the jaws, described in the tutorial. Number two, cartilaginous joints. Like fibrous joint, cartilaginous joints allow little or no movement. The linking material may have hyaline cartilage, as in the case of joints between the epiphyses and diaphyses of a growing bone. Alternatively, bones can be held together by fibrous cartilage. Such joints are found between the vertebrae, where the pad of the cartilage forms an invertebral disc, and also at the pubic symphysis, where the coxal bones meet at the front of the pelvis. The synovial joints. Number three, the synovial joints. These joints contain cavity filled with fluid and are adapted to reduce friction between the moving bones. The structure of our typical synovial joint is illustrated in our figure. As you can see that the joint is surrounded by an articular capsule consisting of a thick tubular outer layer of the connective tissue known as the fibrous capsule, and a thin inner layer, the synovial membrane. The fibrous capsule is extremely strong but remains flexible. Some parts of the capsule may be modified to form distinct ligament holding the bones together, and extra ligaments which do not form part of the capsule are often present. Inside the joint, the synovial membrane secretes synovial fluid which lubricates the joint surface and transports the food and oxygen to cells in the thin smooth layer of the articular cartilage which covers the ends of the bones. In some synovial joints, the ends of the bones are not directly in contact but are separated by an additional pad of fibrous cartilage known as articular disc or meniscus. These structures reduce the joint wear and are found, for example, in the knee joints. Bursa, singular bursa, are fluid-filled cases, sacs, which are located between the bones and other body tissues. They occur between skin and the bone, where the body movements causes the skin and the bone to rub together, and are also found between the ligaments and the bones, between muscles and the bones, and between tendons and bones. The outer covering of each bursa consists of connective tissues lined by synovial membrane. This produces a lubricating fluid which fills the central cavity, reducing friction and acting as a cushion between the moving parts of the body.